Now you find that Fadia has dyslexia, and she also has what they call dysgraphia. And now dyslexia is the inability of a child, a person, any person, not only a child, to read and write. When people have issues with reading and what? And writing. And then the other challenge, dysgraphia, is when a person has issues with writing.
According to the way how I was seeing her, she's different from other children.
The only challenge we have with these children, parents take long to understand their children. For them, they want them to perform even better than the other children.
For the little time I taught her, Fadia could answer questions very well orally, but the problem, she couldn't read and write.
For me at first, I thought that maybe she was still young. When she grew up, she will improve. But I've seen she's now growing up, no improvement in her. Advice I'm giving all parents out there that if you have a child like Fadia, don't give up. Yeah, don't give up, don't let him or her stay at home, let her be in school. Because being in school, it also helps the child at least to improve and know more, even to discover things.
As teen, for this term and next term, we shall take the initiative of meeting her school fees. We shall, as long as she's in school, so that she's supported.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the teachers in need for the efforts they are putting in to see that this girl really is helped. To most of us, it has been a challenge to handle this girl. But when you come up with an opportunity that teachers can be really taught on how to handle these children, I think the better. Indeed, we have seen many succeeding from such situations. So there is still hope that this girl can become somebody in the future.
Past 4 years, you have made a survey to find out whether teachers have a better understanding on a couple of learning disabilities. But we have always found out that most teachers are not acquainted with the right information about a couple of learning disabilities. And also parents who don't understand those learning disorders or disabilities. And in most of our workshops, you have always taken time to inquire from teachers whether they understand what we call maybe dyslexia, but most of them don't have any idea about it. Out of the 800 plus teachers whom we have asked, it's about 5% who knew what dyslexia was, and even like 1% had a solution about the situation. So it simply means that it's something that people have not yet understood. But today we are having a parent and one of the learners would like to find out how best we can support our learners and how best we can support our teachers. And our discussion is centered on understand your learners. So we have a parent. She's going to tell us more about the learner or her child and what is unique about the child, so that other teachers, other educators, and other people or schools that are doing a lot to see that we transform education, we also learn something from this, because we have a belief that if you are to travel, assume you are travel to the United States, you have to first calculate all what it takes to see that you reach United States. That's the same thing. If we are to support our learners, we should take time to first understand them before they understand us. So kindly help us and introduce yourself.
My name is Awere Florence, and I'm Mama Fadia.
Mama Fadia.
Yes.
Yes. Who is Fadia? Because based on what you have seen about Fadia, she's a special child. She's a special child based on her age, the way how she does things. But who is Fadia? How did you produce her? How has she been? And how old is she? Yes.
Fadia, she's my second born.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
Okay. The firstborn is?
The firstborn, she's 17 right now. Okay. And Fadia, she's 13. And the last one, he's 9 years old. Yeah. I produced her normally. Yes.
Then what happened? Like, what happened? Because currently, I believe the reason why we are having this interview, Fadia, she's 13 years old, but she's still in primary 4, because we simply believe by 13 years old, a person should be in primary 7, according to the learning standards of Uganda. But why is she in primary 4? What could be the cause of her being in primary 4? Has she been repeating classes? Did she delay to go to school? Is she performing poorly? What have you seen about?
Yes, she has been repeating classes due to poor performance. And at first, I did not realize that she has a problem in writing. Even teachers at school, they did not realize her problem. For me, I thought maybe she had a mental problem, because when she was still a baby, she used to get sick.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very, very sick.
What was your reaction like when she was not performing well at school? Did you put the blame on the teachers, the school, or it was something that you say maybe Fadia is weak or the schools were weak?
No.
What was the issue?
The issue was Fadia, she can read. If you give her like a paper, she can read, but the problem was in writing.
By the word simple.
My name is Fadia. I am in primary 4 class. I am 13 years old. The name of my mother is Wede Florence.
Even the teacher, when he's writing for her, all the children, they finish the work for her, they give her like 30 minutes ahead. Yeah. For her, she copy one letter by one by one. She can't copy like food at once. She can copy F, O, then O, like that.
Premonition.
Okay.
Train.
Read again.
Train.
Train. Again.
Train. Transport.
Again.
Transport.
The.
Post. Master.
Again. Again. Fadia couldn't read the word promotion, but she could read the word train. And then she read the word transport, but couldn't read the word sports. Yet the word sports, we get it from transport. So what does it mean? It simply means that she can read what they call decodable words, or the words that she just learned inorganically. And it also means that as teachers, if a person can read the word transport organically, they can read the word sport, because we get the word sport from transport. Are you seeing that? So meaning this one is just a crammed word. She didn't understand it. What does it mean? It simply means that she has the knowledge, but she has to be taken through the basics of reading, so that if that issue of dyslexia has to be solved naturally. So it simply means that teachers have to be well acquainted with the knowledge and the information on how to support such learners. And with that, we also have what we call organic reading versus inorganic reading. Now, if a person can read the word transport and they fail to read the word sport, it simply means they are just inorganic readers. They just crammed the word. A person who can read the word transport should be in the position to read the word sport. Are we together? And they should be in position to read this word. Which word is this word here? Have you seen that? So they should also be in position to read that this word is sport, because they are organic readers, not inorganic readers. But have you seen that the problem is not her problem? It also may be from school, the teachers, the background and all that. Because if she has showed us that she can read this, it simply means that if she's supported using the systematic approach, she can also read well.
So I went to Zambia hospital. So I saw a doctor to first at least examine Fadia. Why was she doing poor in class, and even her reactions in class, even in our society. For her, she doesn't play with her age mates. She normally plays with little children like 3 years, 4 years, 2 years. Those are her best friends. Yeah. So for me, maybe I thought maybe there is something wrong with her. So I took her to the hospital. The doctor told us to do an EEG scan for brain. So we went for that scan. After that, the results came out when she was normal. So the doctor told me that he needs a special care, special need. Yeah, because the results was normal. Even the brain was normal. The problem was in writing. And even the understanding of things is like a slow learner.
Now, according to you, this is one of the things that I would like all educators, school directors, proprietors, yes, teachers, and all the government officials, not only in Uganda but all over Africa, to pick a leaf, and all over the world. As Fadia was being taken to schools, different schools, did schools first take time to examine her, not just the medical examination, but at least to tell you, we have seen her, or give you a report before you, a parent complaining, or the complaints were coming from you, the parent, that my child is not performing well? Or how was the situation when you had taken Fadia to school, to those different schools?
For me at first, I thought maybe she was still young. That maybe when she grew up, she will change. But I've seen she's now 13. There is no change. She was not repeating classes when the teachers, they don't understand her situation. So for me, I also asked myself, why is she performing like this? Is there anything wrong? Or let me first take her to the doctor at least and see whether there is something wrong or not. So when I took her to the doctor, The doctor told me that there are children like this, but they are difficult to not. If you are not like her mother or a parent, you can't even understand that. You may say that maybe she doesn't know what she doesn't know anything, but she is brave. She can read, she can write. The problem is in writing. Her problem is in writing. Even in class, the performance for her, she is so slow. Even the teacher, when he's writing for her, all the children, they finish the work for her, they give her like 30 minutes ahead. Yeah, for her, she copy one letter by one. She can't copy like food at once. She can copy F, O, then O, like that.
Now, doctors identify that she has dyslexia and Alexia. And diagnostic details are learning disorder, fragile X, and dyslexia. Now, how did the doctors say what does she need? They say that she needs a special, individualized educational program. And also they suggested the next date of visit. Now, based on this, as a parent, currently most of us as teachers and educators, we have not taken time to understand a couple of learning disorders that most of our learners come to school with. And with that, we end up making them repeat. And the more a learner repeats a class, it doesn't mean that they will understand or they will even perform better. But according to you, do you understand, or have you taken time to find out what dyslexia means? Did they tell you, or at school, do the teachers understand what dyslexia means and how it can be supported, how a child can be supported?
No.
They didn't. Okay. And when they gave you this report, did you do anything about it? Because basically that is what is entailed, that she has dyslexia if she doesn't have any learning disability. I'll tell you, I'm also a person who had dyslexia. I couldn't read, and I repeated primary 3 times simply because I couldn't read. And I believe it can also be the same situation with Fadia. Now what happens, it simply means that she needs teachers who can take time to understand her. A situation whereby she's taught not the way how other kids are taught, not with the pace of other kids, but she just needs what they call the pace learning. She's taught at her own pace, and she's also assessed at her pace, not the way how other learners are assessed. Now dyslexia is the inability to read and write. That is dyslexia. Now if it comes to Alexia, is the inability to understand content or read the normal words. Maybe whereby you find a word like bush, the person will read the farm. Where you find the word like house, the person can easily read the mansion. So unusual or uncommon words, whereby a person reads uncommon words, they put words that are not there. Then if it comes, we also have what we call dysgraphia. Dysgraphia, this is the inability to write, where a person has issues with writing. Now you find that Fadia might have all those mixed in one person. And what does it mean? It simply means that she needs a special program that can support her. And it's not only Fadia. You find that so many learners all over, they have all those learning challenges, but since we teachers, maybe educators, we have not yet been trained to understand those learning disabilities, we end up assessing them in the same way. And that's why today we like also to pay a visit to the school and find out exactly from the teachers how have they been managing Fadia's situation. We enter Shiparoi Primary School to dig deep and find out more about Fadia's situation, and also see what teachers have to say, and also find out if we can have that lasting solution to her situation, because currently she's not at school, she's at home, but we have come with her. So Yeah, we are going to see because we'd also like to do something for her. The main objective why you are here today is at least mainly to make a case study about Fadia, where about her studies and everything. Now in most cases, as teachers, all of us here, you might be at loggerheads with your boss, with even your supervisors, why are such children performing poorly in class. You do all what it takes, but when you are not seeing a change, you do all what it takes to give them remedials, you give them special attention, but when things are not working out. Is it? So at the end of the day, you might feel that you are not doing enough, yet you are doing your best. And that's why I would like Fadia's situation to help other teachers all over the world and also in Uganda. And for information, our dear viewers, we are live and direct from which school? Shiparoi Primary School, located in Machindi, Kampala, Uganda. And it has greatly done a very, very good service for the community, and it has educated so many learners for so many years. So we would like Fadia's story to help other teachers and also other parents. According to you as a school, how have you found Fadia, and how is she? How is she in terms of studying, a relationship with others, and what are the strategies we have put in place to help learners like Fadia? Let us start with the director.
My name is Mebo Semuju. I'm a director of Shiparoi Primary School, which was opened in 1997. About where we are now, yes, in the school we have such children, and in most cases they need a lot. They really need a lot of help. So what we do, we always try to give them remedial classes so that they can also enjoy learning. They may not be very good upstairs in this academic program, but they have other things which they can do. In most cases, we give them skills, like vocational schools, which can really keep them in school and whereby they can learn the skill, and maybe after some time, that skill can help them during their future. So we love them so much, we care for them, we really help them. The only challenge we have with these children, parents take long to understand their children. For them, they want them to perform even better than the other children. I will not say that they're normal and not normal, but you find that the parents take long. You talk to them, they always complain, what's wrong, teachers don't care. So we get those challenges. But for us, when we get a chance to be with these children, we always give them a lot of care, a lot of love, so that they can really enjoy learning and to get the best future in their life. We thank you, Africa TV, for whatever you are doing to see that these children get what they are supposed to do. Maybe what I have forgotten, we always encourage parents that they should not keep these children behind, because some of the parents think that it is a punishment, so they keep these children behind. They don't want to bring them in school. But for us, we see that the children are normal, and we take them as other children. What they need the most is care and love. Thank you so much.
Now, thank you very much, dear director, and the teachers and the staff at large. First and foremost, we would like to get a word from one of the teachers about Fadia's situation. How did it affect you, and how did it challenge you as a teacher?
By the names, I'm Nabunya Victoria. I'm teaching primary 1, but I was handling Fadia in primary 3. Right now she would have been in a primary 4, but according to the way how I was seeing her, she's different from other children. Though she liked studies, when you put a keen eye on her, she's someone who is interested in learning. And if you give her time, she can really produce what you want from her. Though the main issue that we looked at her, and she likes vocational skills more. That's what I can say about Wele Fadia.
Now, one of the things that Alexia have also observed that I would like you to shed more light, based on her interest in class. Is she a person who is interested in studying, or is she not interested?
She's interested in studies. Yes.
And then, as the teachers, because one of the things while having an interview with the parent at home, the parent told us that when she saw the situation getting tough, she thought that Fadia would become better as she grows, but she didn't. Then when she talked to the director advised her to take her for treatment and medication. And when she was taken, at least there are certain things that were discovered from her. And I would like to tell you that situation. Fadia, when we look at the medical forms, they discovered, but at least initially I'd also told the mom, she had a disorder called Dyslexia and also Alexia. I'd like us to understand this. And also while we are admitting children, and this not only at Shiparoy but also all over the world and in all schools, as you're admitting learners, you find that at times we inherit challenges that we don't know about. So it is our humble request that as a school, as we are enrolling pupils, all pupils, let us take time to understand the nature of children we are enrolling. Now, you find that there are also what we call learning disorders or disabilities, and dyslexia is one of them. Now you find that Fadia has, she has the dyslexia, and she also has what they call dysgraphia. And now dyslexia is the inability of a child, a person, any person, not only a child, to read and write. When people have issues with reading and what? And writing. And then the other challenge, dysgraphia, is when a person has issues with writing. Now the normal writing, where other people need like 1 hour, for that person they will need like 3 hours. That's why you find that in classes, in most classes, you find that such learners, they take a lot of time to complete their work. I don't know whether you have identified such categories of learners. At times you might think that they are not interested, but they are highly interested. But simply because they have that challenge, they will always delay to do the work. Then finally, you find that like the other challenge that the doctors put on our report, that he has Alexia. Now Alexia, this is whereby a person, instead of reading like the word school, they read what they call non-existent words. School, then a person will read home. Are you getting it? Where the word is like all presidents of Uganda at different time, a person will read maybe our school property. Are you getting that? They are reading totally non-existent words that are not on the list of the words that are being listed down. So what happens, I would like us as teachers in need, we are willing to have a session, a totally free session, where we can take a teacher through a learning process where we can understand the learning objectives and also understand the learning styles. Because you find we interviewed Fadia, we gave her a word and she read the word transport. Are you getting that? She could read the word transport. Yes, organic, she could read the word transport. Now, if a person can read the word transport, then we gave her a word sport. Because the word transport, you can get the word sport. But she couldn't read the word sport. Are you getting that? Now that means that she's an inorganic reader. Now with inorganic reading, it simply means that also as teachers, we need to be supported to understand strategies on how to be organic readers, so that we can support
learners like Fadia and others. How are we going to handle them? We handle them, we draw a plan, a learning plan for them. We also make a different class for learners like Fadia. And then we get strategies on how such learners are supported. And at the end of the day, you find that the moment such a person is fished out of that ditch, it is going to give Shiparoi a different name. So that is also an advice for all schools. Instead of maybe chasing these ones, it is all about, or it requires a school to take time to understand which strategies should be used to help such learners. Then, do you know that it is not the good learners who promote a school, but such learners are the ones who promote a school? And one final thing that I would like all of us to know, an area where we should all put emphasis, it is in the area of reading. The area of reading. Because if you look at a situation centers on reading. The moment she's able to read organically, other things will just go as time goes on. Regardless of how many years she remains in the class, a situation might not change until when a solution is good. So if we join hands, we can use as a case study and find ways on how to help her indirectly when you're also helping what? When you're also helping others. Then finally, are you saying Fadia? I'm like the Fadia of 20 years down the road. I also repeated classes thrice, primary. I repeated primary 3 times. And the same situation that she has, the same situation that I had, I couldn't read. Are you getting it? So now imagine how many, because how old is she? Let her tell you, how old are you?
13 years old.
She's 13 years old. I believe you all understand. By 13 years, a person should be in which class? A person should be in P7, isn't it? But if by 13 years she's still in P4, it simply means certain things went what? Went wrong. So it is an opportunity if you want to be the best teacher in Uganda to use Fadia's situation as a case what? A case study. Are we together? Who is willing to take part in that? Are we all willing? And also this is also an opportunity for the entire nation not to neglect such learners, to put emphasis on them. And like teachers, don't make them sit at the back, whereby another teacher might say, Fadia, for you are going to disturb me, sit at the corner. Sit at the corner, you'll spoil my day. These learners need special what? Attention. And if you are a teacher and you can help such a learner, I promise you one thing, your reward will be very big in heaven and also on earth. Are we together? Because imagine if like teachers had not put an emphasis on me, where would I be today? Maybe by now I would have been dead. Are we together? So such people end up becoming real people in life. So may God give us the grace so that we can take it as our challenge. May her challenge become our challenge. Are we together? And for us, we are willing again as team to at least support you in an area of learning how to understand the learner.
Yes.
You know her?
Yes.
Who knows her name? Yes.
Oh.
My neighbor Finn.
Don't wait for the teacher's answer all the time.
My neighbor Finn.
We understand that in this world you have children like Fadia. Fadia is a girl who is very intelligent in terms of understanding. For the little time I taught her, Fadia could answer questions very well orally, but the problem she couldn't read and write. You could ask her questions, she's able to answer, but the problem is writing the answers.
As team, for this term and next term, we shall take the initiative of meeting her school fees. We shall, as long as she's in school, so that she's supported.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the teachers in need for the efforts they are putting in to see that this girl really is helped. To most of us, it has been a challenge to handle this girl, but when you come up with an opportunity, the teachers can be really taught on how to handle these children, I think the better. Indeed, we have seen many succeeding from such situations. So there is still hope that this girl can become somebody in the future. So I thank the members who are putting in what they can to see that they are uplifting the young generation with this nature to become important people when it comes to the future. And I know the future is bright for them so long as they are properly handled. Thank you very much.